Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm solely going to focus on ectopic heartbeats because this was the biggest obstacle to overcome for me. So I'm going to go over three things. I'm going to go over what ectopic heartbeats actually are, why ectopic heartbeats actually can happen to you, and how to go about lessening the frequency and eventually, hopefully, getting over ectopic heartbeats so you do not have the same kind of fear that's surrounding these sensation. All right, so if this is something that's interesting to you, please stick around for the video. All right, guys, let's get into the video. So the first thing that I want to say is I am not a medical doctor, obviously. Well, what I'm about to tell you comes from speaking to numerous cardiologists because I saw numerous, because I did not believe that everything with my heart was A-okay. And even talking and having consultations with world-renowned cardiologist off of YouTube, Dr. Sanjay Gupta of Your Cardiology, who does have a YouTube channel with I think like 300,000 subscribers and followers on there. So if you do suffer from these and it's just kind of starting out, you don't know what to do, where to turn to, please go and check out his channel. Please subscribe to his channel. Just go to YouTube, type in Sanjay Gupta ectopic heartbeats. There's a slew of videos that will definitely put your mind at ease because they definitely helped me out. And I spoke to him numerous times as well. So the first thing to go over is like what actually is an ectopic heartbeat. So whatever it's termed as by your cardiologist, whether it's an ectopic heartbeat, skipped heartbeat, misbeat, extra beat, whatever it is, a thud, any kind of thing that you're experiencing right now, it's just simply put a misfiring of another chamber or part of the heart, which causes the heart to then fill up with more blood. So the next beat comes out, it's a harder beat because it's pumping out more blood throughout the body. And if you had a Holter monitor done, most of the times it comes back as like, you don't have an arrhythmia, your heart doesn't actually come out of rhythm, which is odd, but it's literally just one chamber pre-fires and then causes the heart to fill up with a little bit more blood. And then boom, that's why you feel a harder beat, because the heart fills up with more blood, pumps out more blood. All right, that's just putting it very simply, okay? That's the what. That's the what it is and why you feel it and why you feel a thud or a boom in your chest. And you can also feel them in different areas. You could feel it in the chest. You could feel like a sinking kind of feeling. I actually felt most of mine in the base of the throat. It felt like a bubbling kind of feeling. And that's how I described it. Most people didn't know what I was talking about. But if you're one of the people that feels it in the base of the throat, I'm right in that boat with you. That's where mine always used to come to pass. And I used to, at the height of my health anxiety, I was having like a couple hundred of these a day. And I went to numerous cardiologists again, had separate testing done by separate groups, and all of them came back basically nothing abnormal. Nothing was abnormal at all about them, other than the fact that they kind of brush it off and say, oh, well, you have extra beats, misbeats, it's nothing to worry about, don't worry about it, which doesn't really help when you're the person that's going through it. So, the purpose of this goal is really to reassure, let you know that you're not alone. There are a lot of people that have the same issues, but I would also caution you to stay away from certain forms and things like that, because there's a lot of people who just want to find out that they're, not alone in that boat, but that's all that it does, and that's as far as they go, and they don't look into any kind of healing. Okay, so that's the first thing that I wanted to cover. The second thing I wanted to cover is a couple of reasons why this could be happening to you. Okay, from speaking to my own cardiologist and from speaking to Dr. Gupta, there are some reasons. I'll give a couple now. I might forget one or two, so please go look at his videos also, just to see if there's anything that I miss. Okay, first of all, sleep. Lack of sleep, lack of good sleep habits is a big cause, and that ties into sleep apnea, which I actually had undiagnosed for a long time. So if you're somebody that suffers from these, are you overweight? Are you snoring? Does a loved one or significant other tell you that it sounds like you stop breathing at all throughout the night? Because whereas that's not an immediate life threat, because if you have sleep apnea, your tongue or your jaw, when you fall asleep and get into deep sleep, they fall back and they can block an airway, in which case your brain realizes what's going on and snaps you out of deep sleep and then you kind of wake yourself up. Even though sometimes you don't fully wake up, it takes you out of deep sleep. So if you're waking up and you're not feeling restful, it might be worth looking into sleep, getting a sleep study done. Second thing is dietary. Find out what you're eating, see if certain things aggravate you. If you eat spicy food and you love spicy food, it might be time to maybe take a break from spicy food, see if that helps you in terms of having less ectopic heartbeats. If you have acid reflux, GERD, anything like that, that can also aggravate the stomach, which is very close to the heart, so that can also cause ectopics to come to pass too. Lack of quality exercise, a lot of lifestyle changes that you can do to try and help remedy the situation. So sleep habits, dietary habits, exercise habits, those play a role in it as well. Also anxiety too, when you're overly anxious, in an anxious state, in a panicky state, you tend to be more sensitized to your body, so you feel everything that's going on in your body, which is not always a good thing, because it can leave you very debilitated. I know, again, at my worst, it literally felt like my body was hollow and I could feel every single thing that was going on inside my body. If I had a gas movement in any area inside my stomach or chest, I would freeze immediately and start to kind of panic and think oh my God, was that my heart? Oh my God, was that a misbeat? Oh my God, am I gonna have a heart attack? Oh my God, what's going on? And obviously that's not good. And it's only going to bring about more, and it causes a cycle to go about. When you're anxious, your heart's going to beat faster. You're going to be listening out in terms of trying to feel if anything is going on in your chest, and you're going to feel more. Now, with that being said, an ectopic heartbeat is a normal, natural phenomenon that happens within your heart. Okay, in and of itself, it is not a danger to you. It's not a threat to you. It happens to literally almost everybody, okay, but the vast majority of people don't feel them. There's a few people who do feel them, and once you do feel them, the downside is it's very hard to not feel them again. But if you wrap your mind around the fact that you get to the point of accepting that they're not really a major cause of concern, you've been checked out, then that can go a long way toward helping you and to really diminish the amount that you may have. Like I said, I went from having 200 or more a day to essentially, I actually went a month where I didn't feel anything at all. I felt none. So either I didn't have any or I had some, but my mind was elsewhere, my focus was elsewhere, and I didn't notice them. Then occasionally there are some that may be a little bit harder of a thud, but it's natural and it's normal. Okay, so what is normal? How many are normal? Okay, so again, this is coming from Dr. Gupta. From talking to him, I asked him this direct question. He's like, from healthy people who have ectopic heartbeats and who don't even feel them. So from the people that he studied, he gave me the number of 150, around that number per day was what people were having and not feeling them on a 24-hour, 48-hour, 36-hour, however long they wanted to test it. That was per day what they came back. Okay, so that was 150 per day was the average, which I was actually astounded by. I thought people just went about their lives not even having anything, or having 1 or 2 a day, maybe not feeling it. But that's not the case. People actually have a lot more than probably what you are aware of, because it was a lot more than what I was aware of. And even if there's other videos out there from Dr. Gupta saying that if you have 1,000 ectopic heartbeats a day, you wouldn't even consider doing anything at all for that, because it's not a threat to you. It's an annoyance, but the more fear you put into it, the more you fear it, the worse it becomes, because you think that something worse is going on with you. Now, if you get over and above that and you get to about 10,000 ectopic beats a day or something like that, then it's deserves more looking into to see what's going on with that, and then other things come into play. But that's not what I suffer from, and that's not what most people suffer from. Most people have health anxiety that I'm really speaking to, and they can feel ectopic heartbeats and they think that something is wrong, which just brings about more. But in that instance, they're not a danger, they're not a threat to you, and you can reduce the amount that you have. Now, the last part of this video is how do you go about reducing them? So I already talked about a couple of reasons why they can come about. So it's just going to be the reverse. So if you want to talk about your sleep and look into sleep first, what are your sleep habits like? When are you going to bed? How many hours of sleep are you getting? Are you getting restful sleep? Do you wake up feeling rejuvenated? Do you wake up feeling tired? If you wake up feeling tired, not refreshed after getting 8-9 hours of sleep, then I think it might be time for you to get a sleep study done just to see what's going on with your sleep. And if there's anything impacting your sleep, you can get it taken care of. And then you can go from there. Okay? So the second thing is dietary. If you're eating spicy foods and that's a major part of your diet, cut that out for a while. Caffeine is another thing. It's a major stimulant. It increases the heart rate. I remember the first time I noticed palpitations was about 10 years ago. When I was in work and I had a stressful period in work, and I started drinking coffee. Now, I had never drank coffee before. I've never really drank coffee since. I'm not a coffee guy, but I drank coffee, and essentially the entire day, this is what made me go to the cardiologist 10 years ago for the first time, due to a palpitation, because I was feeling flutters and skips throughout that entire day. And to me, had to be caffeine related, to also along with stress. So if you're a caffeine drinker, you might want to try to wean yourself off of that, or go a week or so without caffeine, and while implementing other strategies and techniques also, then come back to the caffeine and see what changes. Okay, but at the end of the day, if you've been checked out, it's not major, it's not a danger to you, you can tweak some things and see what's good and what's not. And the last thing is the exercise. Start getting some exercise, get out in the sunlight. Exercise is anti-inflammatory, so it will go a long way to helping your overall health and wellness. You don't have to be an animal about exercising. If you go outside for a little jog, a walk, 20 minutes, 30 minutes is all that you need. You don't even have to go outside to do it. If you're somebody that doesn't like to go outside, you don't have a lot of time to get outside, you can do exercises and workout routines from home. It's 2022. There's apps for this. You can go on YouTube and look up things. You can find ways to do it. So just kind of a little bit of tough love, but stop with a lot of the excuses. Some of the things, you can find ways around if you just kind of put your mind to it and look to overcome it. So those are the major parts of it. I just want to let you guys and girls know that it's not, it doesn't have to be a life sentence. I'm somebody that has experience with them and has essentially gotten over them. Again, you're not going to fully ever get over them because it's a natural thing that just happens. As Dr. Gupta again puts it, your heart is like a machine, but it's not perfect. It throws off an offbeat from time to time. Those are normal. It's all about how you respond and react. So again, the anxiety aspect of it, if you have anxiety, get to the root issues of the anxiety. What's causing the anxiety? Are there traumas? Is there a dietary problem? Is there a sleep problem? Is there an exercise problem? Is there a vitamin problem, mineral problem? You're not getting out in sunlight. There's a lot of things that go into the anxiety aspect of it. On that note, I do offer, one-on-one coaching. So if you're somebody that suffers from health anxiety, cardiophobia, you don't know what steps to take, please leave a comment down below. You can hit me up on Instagram or on Reddit. Those are the anxiety community. And let me know if that's something that you would be interested in. But if you found this video useful, please don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, let people know. If you know anybody that suffers from ectopic heartbeats but has been to cardiologists and has been checked out and everything has come back good, and they say, oh, well, it's anxiety that's causing them. It's extra beats, don't worry about it. But they still struggle, show them this video, get them started on the path to their own recovery. All right, and don't forget, if you have any questions, also if you're somebody that suffers with them and you've gotten results and things have gotten better with ectopics based on lifestyle changes, please comment down below. Let other people know that they're not alone and that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.